Hello everyone. We previously had built the HR expenses dashboard. We have two tabs. This is the first tab and this is our second tab. So what we're going to do next is we're going to build the HR expense story. So we're going to create a story from it. So let's use the guided journey and we click on create. We will use, so you can see the complete layout of our story. At the end here, we can add another visualization to our story. So we can have a scene, an extra scene to our story. So we have 6 scenes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have the option to add scenes with different panels. So let's start with, so what we will do with each scene is we will use the previously created dashboard as our reference for our scenes. So first of all, let us start with sums and totals. So since it's an expense dashboard, we first drag our expense total to our first scene panel. So we have here, we can put it as HR caps lock on HR expense and cost. So we can call this let's go to editing the title one by one. So here we have expenses total. We can come to our data source. So we would use our HR data source from our my content folder. So we pick IBM HR training. 1 second, let's be sure of the data source. Yes, IBM HR training 2014. So we'll make sure we save our story, that is IBM HR training expenses and cost story. We'll save it under my content section. We don't have a folder for it yet, so we'll just save it in. So we pick our data source, my content is the IBM HR training. Is the only data source we'll be using. So we have expense total, which is what is here. So we come to pick our expense total, hold it down, drag it, and we drop it. So from here, you can see we have our expense total. So the next, we have external hires, because we realize external hires has an influence So we come here, we pick external hires, we edit the title. Just go to external hire summed, and we drag in external hires. I think we should add a tab that shows internal hires also. So let's add at the end. Let's just pick one. Just pick this at the end. So let's just call this internal hires and drag it in. So we could take this and drag it to where we want it to be. Drag it here. In the sequence, we want it to play second. So cost. Okay, so have it so it's the way we want it. So we want people to see the internal hires something. So we also want people to see the terminations. It's important too. You want to create a story, tell people and people externally hired and people internally hired. So I think internal hired should come before externally hired. Just like it before. Then we'll have terminations at the end. We can make a copy of it, duplicate, then we call it internal hires. We just expand it and we remove this column. Let's bring in terminations. 125 terminations. So you can see why we had a lot of internal hires because we had 125 terminations. So next we go to the next slot. We'll go and back. We'll go and look at cost by year, expense total. Let's start with expense total by year for cost by year. We have cost by year. Change it to column. We can remove axis title, axis line, work with this. Next, we would have the expense costs per year. We come back to customize it at the end in a different video. So let's have the expense total per year. Change it to graph. We can remove our axis title. We can also have terminations by year. So let's go back to internal hires. So we have terminations by year. So we have terminations by year. So what we do, we just duplicate it. So we have terminations we have by year. Look at the terminations has been on the rise. Let's not forget to save. So we change our terminations. Or we can call it annual terminations. So we can remove grid lines and the year indicator on the axis. So let's see how it looks. It looks better. So we're having a story being told. We would have to look at HR expenses and costs, expense totaled, internal hires. So we can look at internal hires. We'll duplicate this and have internal hires by year. So we can see internal hires dipped in 2017, the last year. Let's save this. From our, we also need cost days by position. External hires, cost, expense total, cost, cost days by position. We can take cost days by year. Cost days, cost. We can take cost days and cost together with the year, side by side. So let's go to where we have cost. Let's have cost here, cost days, cost. And we change it from table to line and column. So we can see how costs. So we copy this. Costs and cost days by year. You can have a detail here to show that 2015 had the highest cost days and the costs. Yeah, 2015 had the highest costs and cost. So far, we have, so let's name each scene. Have an element color, make it green for internal hires to show people came in. And let's go to the next. Terminations can be red, show people the laid off. And annual terminations, let's say staff examination examination was highest in year 2017. We can have this graph to be read. Let's leave that for now. We have external hires. The hires can also be a bit greenish, light green. Then cost by year. I'll come back to that. So let's do the title. We copy this here. So the cost was highest in 20. The cost was at its highest in the year 2016. We can put highest in green. So expense total, yeah. Let's say highest expense was in 2016. Can remove the year label, the axis. So we can pick so this better. We can continue the story in another video. Thank you very much.